Fleury. Saint Vincent de Paul is an example of how to discover the will of God in the different events that happens in your life. It was the hand of God that guided him towards a vocation that he learned to accept and assume. Born in France in his childhood, he took care of pigs and later studied with the Franciscan friars. He was ordained as a priest in September 1600. On the way to Marseille, he was kidnapped by parents at sea and sold as a slave. He changed owners several times until he fled to France with one of them, a renegade converted by him. He became chaplain of Queen Margaret of Valois, and in her name distributed alms to the poor and made visits to the sick in the hospital. He was parish priest, tutor of the children of Count Gondi, and chaplain of the French galleys, personally assisting the convicted prisoners changed to the galley of ships, obtaining benefits and material relief for them. He converted many by telling them about heaven. The Countess Gondi asked Father Vincent to evangelize the outskirts of his immense properties. Other priests joined him, and they preached there and in other localities. Thus, the desire to found a congregation of priests dedicated to the missions matured. He founded the Brotherhood of Charity, or Ladies' Charity, with whom is today Saint Louise Marignac, and she founded the Congregation of the Daughters of Charity. Seeing that hundreds of children were abandoned by their mothers, he founded a hospital to receive, baptize, and educate them until they were ready to face life. St. Vincent de Paul vigorously fought Jansenism, one of the most dangerous heresies that infected the Church, with aspects very similar to the ideas of current progressism. Faced with a decadent and disorderly clergy, he founded a minor and a major seminary to encourage virtue and prayer. To ordain the new priest, they had to attend a 20-day retreat where moral, religious, and practical problems were dealt with. Thus, they could adequately exercise their priestly duties. To preserve and increase the fruit of that retreat in the house of St. Lazaro, the mother house of his missionaries, he held a weekly spiritual conference to clarify doubts, help and encourage others. This distracted other priests, and he gathered in Paris the priests, nuns, who the war had driven from their lands, as well as the Catholics and nobles of Ireland and England were persecuted. In the mother house of Lazarist, he gave to the laity who wanted to fortify their faith through an optimal spiritual retreat. He was assisted by the members of the Company of the Blessed Sacrament, deeply Catholic French nobles with the mission of doing all possible good and averting all possible evil. In war-ravaged France, Father Vincent de Paul constantly reinvented himself, creating a variety of works to which he dedicated himself entirely. He was a priest who thought and taught how to establish the kingdom of God on earth, aware that with God we always win.